least for 3 games. They should like Straw Hats doing better today with their positioning.
Oh, Joker is still on a rampage with the sniper, and it's a lethal weapon in his hands. He got so many eliminations, even some chip damage to any team that's rotating away as well, which makes it so terrifying. His angle, he's going to be able to just really abuse, and it's AHL that he's going to be paying attention to. Hawk knocked down already, and over on this side here, TS also trying to find their way up onto a high ground.
Yeah, Team Secret just staying a little bit quiet in the game for the time being, wanting to just pop off a little bit later on. And because they have been quiet, nobody has really taken away the resources that they've been collecting from the very start of the match. That's going to be making Team Secret a dangerous squad within that final circle. And we know they are definitely capable of annihilating many squads out there. Jack out in the open, a very daring position for him to be holding on to. Leon's going to be losing 2 players. Make that 3 as Joker gets shot out as well. Games King, it's the final one alive here for Leon. Al Ahly, can you take advantage? They might be able to. And he's far, far away from any vending machine, and Al Ahly won't be able to find one extra point unless Games King with the Valiant Dash does a double on that 1v2. Like the troll under the bridge eliminates Al Ahly Esports.
We were just talking about Team Secret now, and now Anshan and the rest of the team are in trouble. Gio rushes forward, and now knocked down by Bobs. They were very much ready for it. Fluxo is now here. Bobs barely alive. But somehow TS will be a team to pull themselves forward, but not for long, because Lost is close by.
MIB Outlaws just taking advantage of that situation, but now it's a battle between SHUL as well as Lost. Round 1, knocking Jack down to the ground and taking him out of the equation. Noor's out as well. Aku Total Gaming, what can you do up against RRQ? They've already built up the solid walls on top of that monster truck just to keep the Indonesian monsters away from them. And Twisted Minds will land right behind. And this is that Riptide rhythm out of nowhere, courtesy of Vitality, courtesy of Straw Hats with some shots as well. And it looks like Twisted Minds is not going to be as lucky as they take the fight straight up to RRQ. But X-Bossy lighting up the battlefield, kicking RRQ out of the lobby.
It is insane seeing how Twisted Minds just rush forward, destroy RRQ, who were sandwiched between these 2 teams. Now TG gonna way forward here, gonna take this fight head on against Twisted Minds. The rest of the team forced forward here. TG barely alive, surviving for that time being. But now with so many teams pressuring them, Aztec takes a lot of damage already. But they're doing their best, just really lock themselves in behind all those glue walls.
Yeah, Aku Total Gaming has lost a ton of glue walls already in the battle. They need to take Twisted Minds out of the equation, loot them up so that they can continue to play this all the way down to the very end. But MIB are lost, closing in the distance, tossing out those nades as well. And the God Nade gets a double for them. Rigby with the double, and he goes in for the annihilation. And just like that, Aku Total Gaming out of the equation. Twisted Minds up against MIB Outlaws. What can Southeast Asia do against the racing Brazilians?
Well, Diamond's already knocked down already and forced to move away. They have to go for this reset. Teammate brought back into the game, but the timing from Lost is too much to deal with. They're fast and they're furious. Knocked down already, but still have to worry about the rest of the team below, because General knocked down, Diamond still alive. Rigby should have no problem bringing General back into the game.
Yeah, recovery is there. A cheeky nade here from Diamond. Can he get one? Round 1. It's all up to Rigby, and Rigby, an absolute solid player for MIB Outlaws in this lobby. 8 eliminations for him alone, and he was definitely cracking it as the Grenadier of the squad. But now trying to get off of that bridge is going to be a tad bit tough for Lost. SHUL Esports out as well, but placement points wise, they do manage to work away with something decent here. MIB Outlaws out. As mentioned, the pressure from the circle just a tad bit too much, but Leon hanging on for their dear lives. A huge improvement from yesterday at Bermuda.
Yeah, Vitality still healthy right now, knows where Games King is, and despite his best efforts, will be knocked down as well. A valiant effort by Leon, despite Games King being alone. That 1v2 win plus the multi-frags that he got before going out is insane.
This is what I talked about. This is what I said on the stage. Today, what we expect is the teams at the very bottom to make it into that final circle. Eliminations or not, I don't care, but this is what we want to see. Straw Hats and Miakom showing us that they've got the fight in them. They take each other on, and Bangladesh shuts down Miakom, booking an appointment with Vitality.
Vitality wants to go for more. Who knocked out already? The jump shots are good. Koja on a rampage, and they are chasing for the final member of Straw Hats. Team Wipeout, and a booyah for Vitality to start off their day.
Vitality. At one point, they used to be known as the Falcon Hunters, and they were just purely disruptors of the lobby. No one expected them to dominate. We just expected that element of disruption out of them. But now, you can't expect them to walk away from lobbies consistently. Yesterday, they showed us that consistency. But I want to take the attention away from Vitality and their booyah. They already got a lot of praises from the casters yesterday. Today, the ones that deserve the praises is Mia Corp as well as Straw Hats. The absolute determination to stay alive, and Straw Hats actually walking away with 10 eliminations and surviving long enough to get into that final circle shows you that hunger. So SHUL, Ali, they better watch out because the two bottom are up.
Yeah, both SH and Mia making it to that top 3 as well, raking in a lot of points as well coming into this one. So the race is on right now because again, it can be anyone's game. Everyone was thinking the bottom 2 might not be able to come back today, and they are showing us otherwise. Eliminations coming in from SH as well as the tenacity to survive by Mia is something to be praised. And even then, we're seeing so many teams even individually pop off. Leon Joker just now was going crazy. I believe also Games King was able to not only win a 1v2, but before going down to Vitality, he got 5 eliminations.
Absolutely. But of course, we got to bring the conversation back to Vitality at a certain point as well. Chris Joe, the main reason why these guys turned from disruptors into absolute monsters out here on the battlefield, he has certainly guided them well to the top. But can they stay at the top? Can they hold on to those top 4 spots and find the early qualifier into the grand finals is going to be a big question, because the move that Vitality pulled off in the final battle sequence was exactly what got them the booyah. They did not wait for Straw Hats to complete their battle first before taking advantage. They were already taking shots at them, whatever angles that they could find, trying to weaken the Straw Hats crew, and then with the proactive rush to take them out of the equation as well. This is a huge improvement from Vitality, and that is what the other teams need to fear. The fact that they've got a coach that is absolutely brilliant to tell them exactly what they need to fix. If you look at what Vitality did at Bermuda yesterday, just 4 placement points, 5 eliminations. They had a rough run in the first game of the day, but today they twist that around. But they have to make sure as well that they don't run out of gas because they are stepping on that pedal a tad bit too much. Now, Tash and I are going to take a tad bit of a breather. We'll be back with you in a bit.
Human body was built to move, not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you, gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
Thinks he can come in here and play my game. Let's go. He knows nothing. Let's go!
Tyler 1, you're done.
Raw energy. Blow the house down.
How do we do yesterday?
How was your mental after yesterday?
Oh, so we are going to try to do our best today. So we have all the hopes and trust that we are going to make very good than yesterday, so we are positive today.
So obviously, new day, you're saying that you were able to reset a little bit and you feel like you'll have a much better performance today?
Yeah, we are going to do better than yesterday.
What has it been like working with your team here at EWC and competing on the stage?
I mean, we are going to be like try a lot of bad things together, and be here today is like a good feeling that we are all together and can be here competing with a lot of teams.
Well, I know that there's definitely a lot of people pulling for you guys as well. So obviously this is a quick chat, but thank you for taking the time to talk and best of luck today.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are right here in the heart of France. It's Paris, Free Fire at the Esports World Cup 26. And we have a bit of a review for you for the first game of Group B. It's Husky and Lucifer, and things are only getting started. We see Straw Hats making the top 3, and that was something that we were hoping to see from yesterday, and they've done it.
I think this is what I was waiting for. Even in Group A, right? The teams at the bottom make a comeback. Titan Esports Club did it. I was about to bring that verticality where, hey, there's Bangladeshi team who've already made one through into the survival stage. Straw Hats started off, and they rightfully did from game number 1 itself.
Absolutely. I mean, from what we've seen from Group A earlier on, when TAG got 2 booyahs, I think that really set the stage. If a region like India, who has been trying to prove themselves for so long, can do it, why can't the other people do it, right? Why can't the other squads step up to the occasion? And I think the best part right now is that we have some of the super fans in the house, with Fluxo on one side, on my left, with RQ on the other side, and they are here in full force.
I think this is what we needed, especially Group B. We were with the vibe yesterday, casting on the desk, but right now here, I can even feel it better. And I know this is going to be added on pressure for the players itself, especially a couple of early losses. RRQ, again, a similar stretch of what happened yesterday is being replicated today as well. I hope it changes for them.
Yeah, and when we look at the standings, you can kind of see the separation, right? The first thing that comes to mind, MRBL loss, still the front runners, still the head of the pack. It really feels like no one can overtake them. Even in games that they don't get the booyah, they are still the predator, the apex predator.
But I think you have to add it on to Team Vitality. They're picking up the pace. They understand, yes, MIB a loss at taking it away, but Team Vitality bringing it out, matching up with pace, toe-to-toe is what they're looking forward to, because they also be at the top 4, they make it to the final.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, Team Vitality, RQ, the Indonesians, they have plenty of fans there, even though we saw RQ super fans in droves, but I can assure you, Team Vitality is also on the support list, right? Because again, we talk about second places, heartbreaks, the super fans of the teams that have known heartbreak the most are actually here, and through the highs and lows, they have been with them.
I think in this game, there's one more team that we have to talk about. It's going to be Twisted Minds.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, later in the games, they started to make a comeback, but right now, they did put up a good performance. Unfortunate that MIBL loss ended up taking a head-on fight right at the bridge. If it did change out, I think maybe Twisted Minds also had an opportunity for a booyah.
Yeah, I want to try something, right? Since we have the super fans here. RQ fans, you see me? Yes, RQ fans. Kita cuba ya. Kita chant RQ, okay? Viva! 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 Yeah, that's the spirit. You got the Fluxo people on your side.
Fluxo, do I even need to start, or is it going to be your drums? Can we hear it from Fluxo?
That's the spirit of Free Fire. We love it so much. And this will only continue to electrify the arena as long as the games are going. We know that there's a lot of expectations that we're going to see Fluxo, we're going to see RQ, either in the survival stage or in the grand finals. And this rivalry has extended beyond boundaries. Well, that's it from us on the stage. I'm pretty sure the casters are ready to bring us more Free Fire action.
Oh yeah, we're very, very ready. And the whole crowd, this arena is shaking right now from the noise, from the sounds, from the fans as well. Whether it be RQ, whether it be Fluxo, everyone is ready to see who makes it into the next stage.
Absolutely. Now, yes, yesterday, I have to say it was not the best run for Leon, right? But today, when they opened up Bermuda, I have to say this has been their best performance so far, hands down. 12 eliminations, 7 placement points, a total of 19 for them to match up to their performance at Nextera. And this is exactly what you need if you want to show that you are well prepped for the grand finals. Is it going to be enough for them to squeeze themselves into the top 4? If they keep up this performance, that's definitely going to be the case.
Yeah, now coming into this one as well, when you talk about, you know, just for Leon, just about so many of the teams, we talked just now a bit about what to see at the bottom of the brackets, right?
Yeah.
And now suddenly everything's shifted. What we thought we knew about all these teams yesterday has changed. Mia looks different day and night. Even Straw Hat starting off very, very strong.
Yeah.
If you had missed map 1, please go back and look at it because it's crazy.
Yeah, from being nowhere close to making a break away from that bottom two spots. They picked up 22 points, and I'm talking about Straw Hats. That is phenomenal. Yesterday, throughout the whole day, we saw Straw Hats pick up, I think, about 24 points in totality out of 6 games. So to pick up 22 from just one match shows you that they are a very different squad today. You cannot underestimate them. You cannot count them out of the race just yet. But MiaCorp, I have seen better from this squad within their own region. I'm still... I'm unfortunately going to be Asian parenting them at this point of time. I'm expecting more, although they got into that final circle earlier. More consistency for sure. As we hop on into game number 2, this is going to be that battle at Solara.
Yeah, Solara was very, very interesting yesterday as well. It was, I think one thing's for sure though, we saw a lot of not only just moments where people were like moving away and running away, but we are seeing on top of the rail fights, chases as well around the map, and it's going to be very exciting. Now, we saw a bit of a glimpse of what we could see from SH as well as Mia. I am wondering to see whether or not this momentum will continue into this map.
Yeah, absolutely. Straw Hats down at the aquarium, but they have to be really careful. They've got a split drop, which means they do have a little bit of an insurance policy. But beside them, the other team that has got a split drop is the one and only Fluxo, who got taken out of the lobby a tad bit too early. I know they weren't too happy with their performance in Bermuda, which means they are the bleeding predators at this point of time. And a bleeding predator is a very dangerous predator. MiaCorp, on the other hand, Beyblades already sustaining a shot to his chest. But they do manage to quickly reposition off of those slide rails, looking to find a little bit of extra loot here at Riders Club. MIBR lost up against Twisted Minds though in a very early encounter earlier, and Rigby taken out early, but of course the team's not really going to suffer bringing him back. That's just one. But Aiku Total Gaming could just be taken down here by a good performing Leon. Games King down on the ground. Della for the instant pickup, and they want to put on that pressure. Shanky backing away, all alone now. Games King with the Mag 7 will take him out instantly. And this is trouble time. Aiku Total Gaming left with one final survivor, but Mafia buying an insurance policy back for the squad. That one revival is going to keep them in for a little while more.
I think it's super exciting to see this happening because we were talking about how Lion just now was having such a great game. They were very aggressive. Hold that thought, shocked. Instant kill, headshot. Eliminating Abai so quickly. But now he is in trouble since all eyes are on him.
Yeah, Rand's looking for a little bit of revenge shot, but great defense there with a double glue wall. Medkit's going to come in handy at this point of time. We'll catch up with Straw Hats later as we spot out the players on the side of Vitality doing battle with Twisted Minds. 2 eliminations in hand already for Twisted Minds, and they're looking to take this out of the equation. The Indonesian player, Valiant Dash, breaks down his defenses, and the Bass with a sliver of health cannot sustain as Joel from behind the glue wall hits him with the M82B.
Yeah, he's keeping his teammate alive as well. All eyes, and he's definitely noted jump as well. A lot of damage onto him, but cannot keep him alive and deny that point because Diamond is close by as well. He's going to try for more.
Diamond's going to go in for the rush here. Gets tagged up by Joel. He's got the car 98, so Diamond can't mess around. M82B will find the access behind the glue wall as well. Diamond in a lot of trouble here. Joel with the advantage, and Koja with the flag. The BSK puts the guy down. And Twisted Minds will understand that they're not messing around with a small squad here. Vitality, do you go for the wipe? But there's Shanky interfering in the battle, and that forces the reposition out of Vitality.
Yeah, they do not want to deal with this too early. Great work coming from them. They have so many high grounds and angles to be able to trade off one another. But meanwhile, for AHL, all eyes at the Fluxo side. They want to take this fight, but Fluxo, and you know how they don't want to take this fight to a bit of space between each other.
Let's see what will Al-Alhi do here up against biggest monsters you can come across. The one and only Fluxo. Not powerful just because they've got a huge fan base behind them. They've got a huge fan base behind them because of what they can do out here in a lobby like this. Sifu tagged up, Butch is in, walking in, Valiant Dash breaks down the D. Could not go in for that instant shot. Sifu looking for that recovery and gets his own blue wall broken down here, but the backup from GU and the Cord will give him the advantage, and Butch is in, follows up with the M590 shot. Al-Ali now in a lot of trouble. As Remind quickly tries to back away, Car 98 in hand, but there's nowhere to run. Fluxo's on the hunt.
Yeah, and you know that while they are chasing, they are almost like a boa constrictor who does not want to let go of that prey. Shots to remind, but he's managing to stay alive for the time being. But Bob's heavy on that pursuit.
The Bobs should be able to find this elimination here, Remind. Outside, Bobs with the Woodpecker. Not finding the shots on connection, and Remind actually manages to scurry away. The vehicle on fire though. Remind, what an escape from Fluxo. Looks like the breeding predators were not very efficient in that battle. Aztec's going to be backstabbed here by Extra. And what a play, still Straw Hats on another level, keeping the dream alive for Bangladesh once again.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell that they're riding off that high and momentum from map 1. We questioned it whether or not it will continue, and they definitely came into today with a game plan. Now, a reminder for yesterday, when we were on Solara, Team Secret had a booyah with 31 points, but we haven't seen too much from them from map 1 and in this game as well yet, so far.
Absolutely, yeah. Easy, showing everyone that they are capable of getting into the grand finals. But of course, if you look at where they set on the overall leaderboard, it's going to be... Straw Hats is showing us out there on the lobby. They're going to see Bangladesh in the grand finals for sure. Leon, on the other hand, on the hunt. Al Ahly, Hawk. But the Hawk's not up in the air. It's wounded. It's on the ground. It's running away. And birds should be flying. Unfortunately, Hawk can't do that all alone as he's hunted by a pack of lions.
Yeah, they're very hungry as well. They love to keep these fights. They
That's
don't want to let it go. There we go. That's the first shot onto Hawk. That's a lot of damage done. Joker juking away, trying to stay healthy. And you know this guy, once he lands his shot, is very nasty. And there we go. It's Games King that finds Hawk in the end. That's a double kill for him.
Yeah, beautiful play. Hawk at least tried his very best, had the Skylar on him, Riptide Rhythm finding the connection, but of course Joker just dodged that bullet perfectly, saw a little bit of natural cover with the compound and made good use of that. If you look at the most eliminations, man, MIBR lost, still on fire, even though we didn't see a massive game from them at Bermuda. They still walked away with the 14 eliminations, and Yago's just topping the charts with the damage as well.
Yeah, that circle, hard shift to the right as well, with S8UL being so comfortable in that middle area. And this is where things get super interesting, how the fights are going to be happening, and how many teams will be eyeing that compound.
Absolutely. Now, the next circle will move towards S8UL as well as MIBR lost. Both of these teams will stay silent for the time being. But now, Team Secret up against Fluxo. The shot onto Dekui. He needs to recover. Wang Am on the other hand. M60 in hand already. Enhanced with the hammer. Looking for the reposition as well. Flanking towards the left. He does have the thrill of battle in hand. But he could just be the distraction here for Team Secret so that the rest of these players can get into position. RRQ looking for a straw hat, and they find who? That's not a question. That's a statement.
Abe waiting in the wings as well here. Knows that close by you also see Twisted Minds as well. Could overextend it. Move forward is here. Diamond takes quite a bit of damage from that corner here. Just is putting a lot of pressure onto him. Forced to move away, forced out into the open. His teammates managing to rotate across. Dude's close by here. A jump shot forward means Diamond cannot survive longer and will be able to secure that point.
As expected, Fluxo really not going all out just yet. The Boogeyman still choosing to fly under the radar. They've already gotten taken out. No placement points in this game. Barely any eliminations from their side. Twisted Minds on the other hand, still on the hunt. Ma'al, AWM in hand. Exposi does not know.
Oh, he didn't check him.
Ma'al, trigger discipline is there. He has the Morse. Both of them outside the circle. Exposi runs, still does not check his corners. Still does not see him. How in the world?
There is
Ma'al,
no
the
way.
ninja, without fighting difficulty.
There's one corner unseen, survives, and the ability to be able to long RRQ's run on this map.
When they said keep your head down, I never knew it would work like that.
For real though, it worked out so well in their favor. And now we're going to be looking here at Vitality that's already repositioned themselves quite in the middle of the map as well. And these early rotators would have a bit of an advantage in terms of positioning.
Ex-Posse needs to check his eyes, bro. Man. And Ma'al, that's the luckiest camp I've ever seen. He was hoping and praying he doesn't get spotted.
I was so sure he'd be seen just now, especially to that large, big area that he was crossing.
Yeah, Ex-Posse was just too busy. He had a mission on his mind. He's like, we are out in the blue. We're tanking a tad bit of damage here. We need to look for the next circle because it's going to move yet again. And Ma'al just lucked out big time, and RRQ gets to have a little bit of fun there at Funfair, catching up with each other. But Abe, Twisted Minds just tied to RRQ fatally. IQ Total Gaming, on the other hand, unfortunately for them, they've been taken out of the equation a tad bit too early. It's definitely going to be a long journey for them to squeeze themselves into the top 4. But as long as they can keep themselves away from the bottom 2, I think India can rest easy.
Oh, yeah. Abe waiting here, Twisted Minds. Diamond already knocked out so early there. Abe now positions noted, still wants to go for that hunt. Jump will be seen, breaks that with a valiant dash, but able to put the glue wall down for that second time. The Bass knocked down, and now it's a 2v1. His teammate's already back in the game as well, so the crunch is here, and Abe, a quad, instantly doing damage to so many members of Twisted Minds.
Come on, PLS1, show us what you got with that sniper. AWM time, baby. Ex-Posse driving away, trying to juke. But the God lights the vehicle up in fire, and PLS1 with the AWM takes him out of the vehicle and the lobby. Unfortunate for Twisted Minds. RRQ did not show them the same courtesy Ex-Posse showed Ma'al.
Oh yeah. Now CMOX is in trouble as the rest of the Lions look to go for the hunt. Finds him in the corner. The Valiant Dad breaks it in the end. He's so quick to take him out of the game.
Well, PLS1 stole that one away. Beautiful play! And Gavis King gets knocked down as well. That AWM from PLS1. Team Secret has got a nasty sniper on their side. And Jacquard's dealing with that instantly with the M82B. But of course, the recovery should be easy for Team Secret. We move on over to Vitality up against SHUL. I think this is a little bit of a peace treaty between them. They're not going to find the engagement between each other just yet. Looking to play it safe for the next circle.
Yeah. Southern side here in control of the Lions. Well, meanwhile, close by, we also have Team Secret. I think they definitely had their eyes onto the members of RRQ here.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, for the Straw Hats, well, surviving this long and still at the very top of the lobby, it is terrifying seeing this team activated on the second day.
Absolutely. Can we see yet another Bangladeshi squad survive the group stage? Unbelievable survival play from TEC. Titan Esports just showing everyone that the dream can be kept alive, and Straw Hats again, early game, 10 eliminations already. Yesterday, man, they were just down in the dumps, but today, Straw Hats just showing us they're awakening their conquerors hockey. This is knocking everyone out without even bumping into them. You just will have to find your way around the Straw Hats, because if you let them run away with this, I think they're going to be dominating the lobby eventually. Team Secret, 7 eliminations in hand. And PLS1 on fire earlier, but he slowed things down a tad bit here. They need to look for a way to get into the next circle, and RRQ stands in their way.
Yeah, they put a lot of damage and pressure toward this team as well. The fact that the Lost is not able to really do anything either says a lot about how much space as well as power RRQ has. And speaking of power right now, Team Secret on a rampage, looking for this fight against the Lions. Not able to take up too much space. Kept out of the zone thanks to all of these glue walls.
Leon, what can they do? A little bit of a panic here because the circle's looking for them. Getting the damage in. Team Secret is trying to gatekeep Leon. RRQ, Straw Hats on the way, Bangladesh. Looking to sneak away the points as the third party. Y'all better wrap up your act right now, Straw Hat says, because we will not have a choice. Whoa, RRQ! God, nade from the master Grenadier Dutz himself.
Beautifully done, and they had so many close calls in the beginning of the game, and they're looking to keep so many of these teams out here. Team Secret in trouble. The Lions taking in so much pressure from RRQ as well. Della knocked down and trying to be able to be brought back into the game, not able to do so.
At St. UL Esports taking out Vitality. Talk a little bit about the aggression from the Indian squads. Team Secret to take the fight up against two teams who were looking for their defensive spot. So a little bit of proactive action there from the Indonesian Titans. Leon's out of the equation already. We are left with 4 squads in here. RRQ, MIBR lost. Miakop and Straw Hats again getting towards that final circle. But Josh wearing a little bit of a boo-boo there, looking for the pickup from his buddies.
Yeah, time is dwindling and no space to move because Lost is here pressuring the Straw Hats. The shot goes huge. Neil knocked down. Shocked is waiting to be the next one to fall, but they're able to recover. Who as well? Taking a lot of damage here, but RRQ on a hunt, getting active.
Might be a loss. RRQ taking the fight straight up to them, which gives the big opportunity for the two underdogs down at the bottom to run away with the booyah. Straw Hats and Miakop, they just need to stay silent for the time being. RRQ takes the fight to them. Round 1, Yago taken down. Ma'al with a super snipe. Dunsnow traded out. Shock taking advantage. This is Straw Hats hopping on in, trying to stab RRQ in the back.
Oh, the Straw Hats still survive, but RRQ is the team who's on fire right now, surviving healthy with the 4. Both these two teams, Mia and Straw Hats, start the day at the very bottom and be duds and somehow still being able to bring the whole squad back into the game. Recover and get that booyah is insane work.
Yeah, after a bad run at Bermuda on this game 1 for day 2, RRQ shows that they definitely can step it up. And Solara, not necessarily their best map out there, but they have shown that they have got that veteran experience and a little bit of the circle, a little bit of the action on the battlefield favored them in multiple of those situations. Ma'al could have gotten taken out a tad bit too early and the recovery could have been delayed a little further for the side of RRQ. But thank goodness Exposi did not check his corner in that particular sequence. Gave us a few entertaining moments. But RRQ making it back, like you said, almost annihilated on that recovery, still met back with Twisted Minds, took them out of the equation, got to that final circle, and if they were not proactive, they would have gotten taken out a tad bit earlier already. But Dudes with the master grenade onto the Team Secret players, because Team Secret was in the best spot to shut down RRQ.
It was honestly crazy being able to see that, and I'm curious to see what exactly the comms were in that fight in particular, because it must have been huge knowing where the nade happened and they just go all the way till the end.
Kalau kiri satu. Ayo. Kena kalau kiri. Bisa yang belakangnya. Nice.
Man, Dudes is just a monster with those grenades. The accuracy, the timing, he cooks it up so well like a chef, and when he serves it, the dish is absolutely deadly.
Yeah, honestly, there were just so many hero plays coming in for RQ, and it's also a testament to not only their teamwork, but also their individual prowess from every single one of these players. It's always really, really fun to be able to see these things happen as well, because for RQ, they always come so close toward the very end. And I think, after the interview, they said that this year is the year that they think that they had learned so much from the previous years, and this year is the year that they want to be able to get that trophy.
Straw Hats showing the will of D is alive. You cannot take them out of the equation. You cannot count them out just yet. On the first page, they sit right here. Yesterday, just about 24 points from 6 games. Today, back-to-back, they've scored more than 20 points, or at least 20 points in the second game. Earlier, it was 22. 44 in just 2 matches. Straw Hats is just showing us a very different version of themselves. I hope they can keep this up. This is going to show the rest of the world of Free Fire that the dream can always stay alive as long as you make those plays. But of course, on the second page, your Team Vitality getting knocked out a tad bit too early alongside MIBR loss as well as Twisted Minds.
Yeah, and I think that in this situation, there's a possibility that you're not expecting some of these teams to really go activated on day number 2.
Yeah.
Vitality did try to survive, but they got overwhelmed from so many different teams as well. We saw Dix getting knocked out so quickly, so many times, and separated from the rest of his teammates. I think in this situation, Vitality need to find a way to not only survive as a team, but how they approach fights. And I think awareness might be something they want to pick up as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Straw Hats, unfortunately, they have to make sure that they don't hold on to such angles in the future because their feet exposed, no glue walls to protect themselves. Many teams found that to be that weak point of the squad, and 2 players got taken out of the equation a tad bit too early. If Straw Hats had 4 survivors down in that final circle to play for the Booyah, on the other hand, I think that would have been a much better chance for them. But of course, these small little mistakes is exactly what they need to fix. But of course, we've got an interview on the stage. Let's catch up with you guys in a bit.
All right. We are back on the stage with Miko and Cheetah. And of course, we have Joel from Team Fatality. And we're also joined by the pretty Yonsul. All right, let's have a bit of a chit-chat, shall we? Because I am so amazed by the way that you have been performing today. So yeah, the first question is, Joel, we all know that this is your very first international event since joining Team Fatality. How is the pressure difference? How are you handling it? Jadi Joel, ini kan kita tahu ya, pertama kali nih event internasional, ya kan? Sebelumnya pertama kali ke luar negeri kan waktu itu World Series. Sekarang akhirnya ngerasain international event. Pressure-nya seperti apa perbedaannya dan gimana juga cara kamu menghandle tekanan itu?
Kalau buat tekanannya ya biasa aja sih. Kalau soal pressure juga kita udah biasa turnamen-turnamen internasional juga, jadi ya aman aja.
That is such a nice answer. So basically what he said is that, what pressure? I'm not feeling pressured at all. I'm just being myself, calm and collected, because this is something that we're not new to. This is something that I've trained myself to, and I'm just ready for anything basically, because I don't see any pressure coming from any of the other team. So yeah, that answer actually shocks me too.
He have grown up a lot. I have been following his, his path since 2024 until now, and wow, he changed a lot. All right, up to our second questions. You start off a day with the very first Booyah and build up more a gap in the finals qualification. How much of a benefit will it be to not have to play in tomorrow's survival stage?
Nah, ini pertanyaannya menarik banget nih. Kalian kan tadi membuka hari di grup B dengan sebuah Booyah, yang artinya kalian juga nambahin jarak poin dari tim-tim lain yang harus ngejar tim Fatality. Sepenting apa sih sebenarnya buat kalian sendiri menghindari survival stage?
Seru apa?
Apa pentingnya kalian menghindari babak survival? Karena kan kalau yang kita lihat di top atas itu bisa langsung melangkah ke babak selanjutnya. Sepenting apa untuk langsung catapulting diri kalian ke babak berikutnya dibanding harus lewatin survival stage?
Kalau untuk ngelewatin survival itu menurut saya terlalu jauh lah. Ya kita pengen buru-buru lolos aja.
Well, a very short answer and a very confident answer. Well, we don't want to waste our time. We just want to make it quick. We just want to make it to the next stage and not go through the survival stage, because again, it is a waste of our time.
All right. Show us more.
Yeah.
We would love to see more from you guys.
Yeah, I hope he can back up this answer seriously. Okay, so last question. We've seen a lot of teams start slowly this event. How important it is for you to show your best game in the group stage and build confidence heading deeper into the competition. Ini kan kita lihat beberapa tim tuh memulai perjalanan mereka agak sedikit slow nih. Apalagi kalau kita bicara di grup B gitu kan. Sementara kalian agak sedikit berbeda. Sebenarnya seberapa penting sih buat kalian tampil agresif dan tampil langsung meledak gitu di group stage dibandingkan dengan tampil konsisten memasuki babak-babak berikutnya di kompetisi yang sebenarnya bisa dibilang ini kan jatuhnya kayak maraton ya, bukan lomba lari cepat gitu.
Situasional aja sih, kalau emang kita lagi pengen agresif ya kita agresif, cuman kalau kita pengen defense. Nggak ada penting-pentingnya juga, biasa aja.
So of course, what he's saying is that, well, the teammates are also complaining behind you because of his answers. But basically what he said is that, well, it is important to play great, to perform well. But then again, when it comes to being aggressive, when it comes to getting as much points as possible, it is very strategic. It's something that they will adjust according to the gameplay. So yeah, right now they're just trying to give up their best and showing the best performance that they could.
awesome. At least we can see all of the Indonesian teams are on fire right now. They're keeping the track, getting more booyahs on today at Group B. Well, thank you, Conchita, for the translating. And of course, congratulate you as well for the first game, getting the booyah, Joel. And also, I hope that everyone will keep this fire and spirit and play the best in the next game. Thank you for your listening and stay tuned, get hydrated, and wait more from us.
Hey, Seven, what do you got there?
I got me a golf club. We're here at Garena City, and we accept your challenge. Glitter and Lace. You guys ended up getting very close there to first place, if not first place, but I think we got what it takes to beat it. So why don't we get started?
Yeah, I mean, you start off. I'm going to start this. And let's see what you got.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous here.
Well, there's no need to be nervous because we got 7 woods. There goes for a swing. Is it in the green?
Ooh, 89.4. You know what? I'll take it. It says too far, but I'll take it now. It's time for your turn, Mr. Neptune Happy Gilmore. Let's see what you got. Let's see if you got what it takes to beat 89.4 or maybe make it even better. As we'll get started here with playing golf. Let me press the start right here. Okay. All right. You got this. You got family watching back at home. Anything you want to tell them really quick?
I got this.
He's got this. Let's see that swing too. The prep is going to be up. That was a practice. Practice.
Yeah, just a practice.
He's got this. He's got this. Oh my goodness. Oh my. No. Don't break that just yet. Oh, 82.1. You know what? If you are in Paris, if you are at EWC 26, you can actually come check this out at Garena City. But for this one right now, I mean, I think it's actually time we challenge somebody.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do this. So you know what, Husky, Lucifer, let's see if you got what it takes to beat our score.
Hello everyone, it's Carol Bombshell again. I'm happy to be back here on stage close to Fluxo's crowd, Fluxo's fan. And I'm also happy to be here with the 2 influencers for Fluxo. I got Raja and Ale Mazy here with me. They have been done such a great job with the Fluxo's crowd. And I want to know, Raja, what's the feeling to be back here at the EWC with your team now?
I'm really happy to be here today. I love EWC. It's just the best tournament ever, and it's really good to see my team playing, and they are doing really well, and we're about to win this tomorrow.
Oh wow, such a great confidence. I like that, girl. Okay, Ale Mazy. It's special to have you here for the first time watching your team, and I want to know, do you think they will qualify direct to the Grand Finals? É muito especial ter você aqui juntinho com a gente, torcendo pro seu time. Quero saber se você acha que eles vão se classificar diretamente para a final.
Com certeza, vai dar tudo certo, se Deus quiser. Hoje a gente vai sair com essa classificação. E é isso, gente, vai dar certo sim. Segue o fluxo que os meninos estão preparados. E a torcida aqui tá preparada demais para essa festa.
Of course, they will make it to the Grand Finals today, okay? So we are very happy to be here. We are very glad to support our team. And we're gonna see each one of you cheering for Fluxo in the Grand Finals. And follow the flow! Thank you!
We booked Esports World Cup up.
Neptune's swing was a little bit off. But don't worry about it, because hopefully Fluxo will be able to come back. But actually, Fluxo hasn't been performing that well. Sorry, Carol, don't worry. We'll get a chance to talk about that. By the way, Carol, Bombshell, Neptune, and Lace with us. But to recap the first 2 games of Group B, Vitality.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Vitality has been great from yesterday. Now they are dominating. And it's not only them. I mean, even RQ did manage to get that booyah. So there's just a lot of hopes right now that's coming from the team. And the climb for the top 4 is just getting easier and easier. Even for the interview coming from Joel, I think like he's just too confident that they will be getting there quite soon.
Well, let's talk about that actually, because that confidence, it's good to see, Lace, but sometimes we've been seeing maybe too much confidence come back and bite you in the you-know-what.
Well, all I know is that we beat you in golf, so I'm just going to hold that in my heart. But look, obviously I've been following the storyline of, Team Secret as my underdogs, okay? So in that position, they were in that southeastern corner there with Bayside, and it looked like that they were going to, have a nice little easy rotation in. And I think this is probably why we've brought Carol up here, but they managed to get a team wipe on Fluxo down in that corner of Bayside. But it was a bit of a treacherous kind of rotation to that zone, because they got held out by the likes of RRQ and also, what was it? I think it was Team Lion as well. So it was a very tough trek for them. Obviously, we're talking about the pace and slow and steady, that sort of a situation, but they are not getting enough of those E-limbs and placement to be able to beat these sorts of teams. Now, I want to bring into the conversation Lion.
Yep.
Okay. And, Conchita obviously had a conversation about them too, but this is exceptional from them. They have absolutely dominated and moved up there. They are in the conversation. They are up in those top teams and battling it out in those final zones.
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, there's a lot of history right now coming from Lion, especially Gamesking. He was left in there alone, but even solo,
Lion.
Gamesking can still get all those eliminations in. Like the fighting spirit coming from him and the team. I'm really loving it. They might be able to break through and bring down Twisted Minds.
We're going to look at number 6, because Fluxo, this is a squad that everybody expects them to go directly to the grand finals, but right now that's not the case. They're 17 points away from top 4, Carol.
I don't understand why you guys invite me such in this moment that Fluxo is not doing so well. What's the point?
They still did fantastic yesterday and are definitely in contention. So one bad game doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they started really good yesterday. They had such a good confidence, but at this point, they should not going like that, because last year reminds me of last year when they were not doing so well, and then they lost completely their confidence. So if they keep doing the same performance, probably their worst nightmare will come for them.
All right. Hopefully that worst nightmare is not going to happen. Now, you have a lot of experience with Free Fire in Brazil, and I know you know a lot of these players. They do have a superstar when it comes to Fluxo, right? MT7, the MVP out of that region as well. Do you think this is going to affect him in any way, shape, or form? Because they do need to make... Do you feel like they need to make it in the top 4 instead of going to survival?
Of course, definitely they need to make the top 4, but yeah, answer your question, definitely that can keeps getting in MT7 mind. But you know what, this regular season in Brazil, MT7 was the MVP with 330 kills, 330 eliminations. So he knows what he needs to do to step it up and be on top, and also help his team to step it up. Maybe MT7 is the fire that the team needs right now.
Yeah, we saw some stats there too from Vitality and Loss. Remember, Loss was able to do amazing things yesterday with those 3 booyahs. Today, we're seeing some stuff here and there from them, but Vitality, I mean, if we talk about what we saw yesterday out of Group B in comparison to Group A, we saw a bit more of a chance for some of the other squads to kind of come up, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now in Day 2 when these squads are trying to make sure they push for that top 4 with 4 games left.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm seeing right now is in comparison as well as the cut-off line for getting top 4. It's much lower right now in Group B because of how close it is against everyone else. So that's one thing that they can take advantage of because it's easier enough for them to climb up like 1-2 spots, especially for those teams who are very, very close to the top 4. But there's still a lot in contention right now. After 2 games, we still have 4 matches. But as Carol did mention, like if you lose confidence, then even with it being easy, you might still lose it.
Yeah, I mean, if you take a look at that, like the cutoff, isn't like so coherent, like you said just before, but basically Team Secret is probably that line there at 90 points at the moment. Then we move over to Fluxo, which is 92. So this is an incredibly close leaderboard for these mid-range teams to sort of intercept there. So like you're saying, there's still a chance. Carol, don't you worry, girl. Like they have every opportunity in these next couple of matches to bring it home for them, but it is incredibly close. So let's hope that, we can get the Fluxo spirit here a little bit higher and they can, definitely rile them up and get them some more eliminations.
You know what, girl? I really hope Fluxo makes to the grand finals, but right now we already got loud, so we already have Brazil in the grand finals, and that's good. And talk a little bit more about Los. Los, it's good to see them. I mean, of course, yesterday they were the best team for Group B, but it's good to see them still keeping their regularity here. So I think maybe this is one of their secrets. They are really good to keep their game regular.
I know the fans want Fluxo to step it up and just start getting those booyahs because they have yet to win one. Let's see if that's going to happen with the 4 games left of Group B. AJ, Tash, take it away.
Thank you very much, Seven. At this point of time, I just want Team Secret to get a booyah just so that Lace can smile a little bit more.
Yes, I agree. Lace, this one's for you, maybe. Hopefully, we are praying for it as we go into our next map.
The girl almost gave up. She's like, okay, I just want Fluxo to win. I mean, you guys are doing bad
Do you
too.
believe in jinxes?
I do. I believe in blessings.
You believe in blessings?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. So
Depends on
Lace,
who's the one dishing it out.
So if it's Lace,
If it's Lace, she's got a kind heart, so it's definitely a blessing.
it's a blessing for sure. So that's high expectations for Team Secret in this particular one as we go into this next one. After all, this map is not going to be easy after all, since a lot of teams are starting to really amp up. We see consistency across 3 maps. I mean, 2 maps, excuse me.
I just see consistency from the 2 teams down at the bottom who are fighting for their dear lives. And it looks like Straw Hats will not stay at the bottom all throughout because little by little, they are making that climb. I mean, what a brilliant play so far, getting more than 40 points just off of 2 games. A very different version of Straw Hats we get today. And they're moving all the way out to play their game well once again.
I am very excited to see how aggressive some of these teams are going to go. I think during the break, we also talked a little bit about Mia, right? About how today it's more how they've been able to be consistently on that top 3, being able to survive a little bit more longer compared to yesterday. And wow, trouble's already brewing.
IQ Total Gaming can do Mia, Corp, as well as Straw Hats a big favor here. If they take out Al Ali, it's gotta be trouble a brewing. But IQ Total Gaming might just be in trouble as well. So by hook or by crook, they need to win this out. Perhaps the winner of this battle will stay alive in the competition. Looking at how Mia Corp and Straw Hats have woken up once again. Beautiful time turner off of Shanky. And the charge buster in his hands actually pops off. Zimox taken down. Shanky gets the win. 3 eliminations already. And Al Ali, I think this is the end for them. Lions on the way in. And the Joker will not be messing around. Shock knocked down. MIP lost will find the Straw Hats on another part of the map. And that's about it for Al Ali. They're about to be pushed down to the bottom 2.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. We talked about not clearing corners, but for the rest of the team here, they do check and find him in the end. Now, TG close by alongside the Lions, excuse me, and they're looking to see whether or not they can continue on this fight. Joker coming close. He had a really good game previously, especially with the long-range weapons. Puts a bit of chip damage onto Shanky, and they want to try and crunch them from 2 different angles.
Joker just does not have his weapon of choice at this point of time, having to make work with the Woodpecker as best as possible. Shanky with the SKS also has got the time turner once again for the pop on his side, saving his life. Wota down on the ground though. The recovery needs to be strong here for IQ Total Gaming. Games King looking for circle around with the SKS in hand, looks at Mafia. with the M82B. Mafia is going to be deadly, even though Leon does have those blue walls on the other side. Games King will get shut down by Mafia up close and personal. 4 eliminations in hand, and India's looking hot.
Yeah, TG looking really good, and I'd love to say that they are very active and want to take this fight head on. Aztec takes a lot of damage here.
Backstab.
Rushing for
the backup! What a play by Mafia! Keeping his body in. And Lions, you may be the predators out there in the savannah, but not in this lobby, says Haiku Total Gaming.
Crazy work coming from them as well. This proactivity and aggression is just something else. That isolated 1v1 somehow working so well in their favor.
Jew up on top. Looking deadly. SKS. And Noor manages to pull off a quick finger, beautiful on the revive, brings Troll back in before getting knocked down to the ground. Man had barely any HP on him, and he was timing that perfectly, and he executed that revival perfect. And SHUL will be able to thank him a tad bit more later on by reviving him. Obviously, the boys are going to be taking him out of the equation in a tad bit here. Miacorp, Kappa. It's the ice grenade to weaken him a tad bit here. 2v1, but Kappa will stand no chance. And Miacorp out early this time round.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Mia, who are currently just running to just be able to stay alive in this game. Now moving over to Lace's favorite team here, TS at the bottom side. But Twisted Minds have a mind of their own to eliminate this team. And Shan keeping a bit of space between him and the rest of Twisted. Decides to play a little bit more further back instead. Being able to get support from his teammates is the priority here.
Time for Lace to smile. This is Twisted Minds. They've got the high ground. Both teams calling out for the lightning zone, and it's Twisted Minds' lightning zone that was called out a tad bit later, which means Team Secret cannot get too cheeky out in the open just yet. That allows a perfect rotation from Diamond. The Bass M590, Wong arm, wrong gun. The sniper will get stabbed in the back. The Bass gets lucky with that ambush. Taking Wong arm out of the equation is just the first step. 9-7 now, up close and personal. The Bass once again with the M590 will conquer. The Mag 7 just not enough. Tikui, can you pull one back? PLS1 has the VSK, trying to turn the situation around. Jump taken down as well. And is this an interference from another squad? PLS1 trying his very best. Tikui down on the ground, explosive with the Car 98. Just trying his best to keep them contained. But it looks like Team Secret is about to win this out thanks to PLS1.
Yeah, Hwang Am still very much healthy here. Trying to find a way to find the final shot onto Exposi. Finally, in the end, cross and crunch from multiple angles. And Twisted Minds will be the one knocked out here somehow. Team Secret survived a little longer. Great recovery from this team.
Kingdom of RRQ a tad bit sad. Some claps there for their squad. It got eliminated a tad bit too early. And like I told you, Dash, it was definitely a blessing from Lace. Team Secret working off of that Lace energy at this point of time. But I think you well, though. Troll, wrong place, wrong time. MT7 spots him out, and MT7 has got the gun of preference. The AWM, Haiku Total Gaming, on the other hand, early exit in here. Straw Hat still alive and kicking down at the bottom, looking to climb up. SHUL, what more do you have? Buddy shot from afar. Ju will punish with the Thompson Dude taken out of the equation. SHUL might not make it out of this compound if they don't do something different.
The rush forward is here. Fluxo going a bit more aggressive. Bunny getting hunted.
That's it.
Rushing away from his life. Jack is barely alive. Repositions, but out in the open, there's no way for him to run. Fluxo already 8 elims.
They already got a revive, which means the squad will stay alive and kicking and Troll with the stealth bites. It's the heck out of there, catching up in Nur. And Fluxo will overtake this compound. Bayfront belongs to them for the time being, but they'll have to move in a little bit as the blue zone catches up with them. But if you look at Fluxo's performance so far, this has been the best within the day. In the 2 past games, they only walked away with 2 points in each of those lobbies. Obviously not looking like the usual Fluxo. But like I anticipated, I just wasn't expecting them to go crazy here on day 2. I think they definitely want to play the survival game You saw what Raja said yesterday. Our team will dominate tomorrow.
Yeah, and definitely did. They're showing us the signs of life. Not only signs of life, they're starting to just go crazy. Now, speaking of that as well, in terms of positioning, we're looking at Lost very, very active, getting Refinery super, super early. And I think they're just trying to just move around, scout around, try and find some information about where everyone's going to be. TS, Lace's team, also trying to move around the area. They're fairly healthy. They have 4 eliminations already. And in this situation, we're starting to see a slowdown from so many of these teams as they try to figure out not only where to position themselves in the circle, but also where to go next.
Yeah, Leon needs to be careful a bit here. Thanks to the fact that Twisted Minds have been having a rough day out here today. They've been able to catch up and now overtake them on the leaderboard, but not through points just yet. They need one more point to equalize. But of course, if they can find the final circle for themselves, overtaking Twisted Minds will be a no-brainer, and I think that'll be a huge success for the organization. Can you imagine seeing Leon make it into the grand finals a tad bit earlier than expected?
There we go. The reposition coming in from SAUL as well.
Team Secret. Well, it looks like they're not going to be getting far enough. SHUL, though, no elimination so far there.
Yeah, in this situation, again, the slowdown is here. Foundation very, very open for SAUL, just really hunker down, bide their time. Close by to Team Vitality, though, if they do decide they want to go take this fight, but have to be wary of Fluxo as well. We've seen how much damage they can do with those long-range weapons, and it's scary.
The drums of liberation courtesy of Fluxo, but I think it's charging up Joy Boy on the side of these Straw Hats. Let's see exactly who it will be that unleashes their Gear 5 on the competition in a tad bit. 2 games back-to-back. Straw Hats have been phenomenal. But can they keep this streak up for themselves? Spending a tad bit of time outside the circle. 5 boosts activated off of those team boosters. Need a tad bit more coins before they can purchase the 6th one. Vitality keeping an eye on the rotation of Team Secret. It might be our loss making their way in, as well as Fluxo and squad sits pretty, waiting for the next contenders. This next circle is definitely going to be bringing a tad bit of chaos in here, because we are running out of space to play, and Fluxo will have to make that run out of their defensive space.
I have to say, Made in Brazil lost really good with the reposition. They were hanging around Refinery and decided to move off that area. And now they're prime zone in the middle of the area. And they should go head-to-head up against Team Secret, I feel. I mean, Team Secret does have a bit of that high ground to play with. But in terms of firepower, I would say Lost still a bit better in terms of speed and positioning.
RRQ out super early from this lobby. Did not expect that. The Booyaka still hunting down these teams. Regardless of the stage, regardless of the level of competition, you can improve. But running away from the Booyaka, on the other hand, is just something that's just totally up to luck. And RRQ just did not have that luck on their side this time.
No, I was quite surprised as well to see them getting knocked out super early. But again, we are seeing the teams that had a great start to the day start to slow down a little bit now. Who took a little bit extra damage there from those long-range shots? Have to be careful in terms of these rotations. A bit later to the area means that you don't have a lot of space to work with. And most areas are being, I would say, held by players like MT7, like Carol says. Really scary seeing this guy being able to just really work with his weapon.
Absolutely. The AWMY in hand. And MT7, one of the deadly snipers out there. But can he outperform Yago, who was on fire yesterday? Today they've slowed things down, and MT7, speaking of whom, will punish 2 players from the side of Straw Hats. Spots out Extra as well. Needs to break down those glue walls. 1 more needed. Riptide Rhythm sent out. Extra caught out. MT7, the monster. And now looking for who as well. Can he get the ace on the whole squad of Straw Hats? He sure as hell is trying and has got the right gun to do it.
Not gonna be easy, because Who isn't really showing his hand either, and so is been, I'm not gonna lie, MT7, the sound of the gun he's doing, just keeping every single player around the area's head down. No one is daring show their heads in case that the bullet goes up into their dome. But if anything right now, Vitality have a chance to take this fight up against SAUL, keep them away from this area, and this hard shift should be able to guarantee that fight.
Big advantage here for Fluxo. Not a lot of rotations needed. They can still hold on to that high ground advantage here for MT7. All he needs to do is just inch a little bit closer to the circle, but the risk that he will have is playing those glue walls a little too much too early. Team Secret is keeping close to the very edge of this hill, making sure they stay out of the crosshairs of MIBR Lost. And since they will not be spotted out for the time being, survivability is there. They can sneak under the squad of MIBR and play survival. Yago has not hit those wild shots today just yet. PLS1 spots him, dropping down to the lower ground, but they will still stay hidden. SHUL, the Indian squad slowly rotating around. Perhaps this is where Team Secret falls. And on that replay, you see how MT7 with his high ground advantage was just making perfect work. Just dwindling down the chances of Straw Hats finding the final circle 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and who hasn't moved at all since then here as SAUL, making a lot of noise as
there
well.
You go.
Trying to rush forward and take this fight, but Team Secret trying their best, inching their way forward, has to take this fight up against the Lions. Lost waiting, made in Brazil. Prime angle just really pressured this team out of the zone, and I'm saying that Team Secret right now, just a terrible position to be in, but SAUL is here perhaps giving a bit of space and respite for them.
Yago versus PLS1, and SAUL moves on in. And MIBR Lost says, you can have it, baby. I do not want this platform. They quickly retreat, trying to look for that reposition. Is that a good move or a bad one? Straw Hats finally taken out of the equation already. Fluxo sending the shots to the spot of Vitality. Joel knocked down as well. SHUL aiming for the players on the side of Team Secret as Vitality finally bites the dust. Unfortunate run for the squad. 2 games back to back. They have not been able to find that final circle after hitting that booyah on Bermuda.
Versus maybe a real, not too sure about that, but a team that's being blessed right now, maybe Team Secret. We'll see how it goes because they are currently being pressured. They don't have a lot of space to work with, forced to rotate forward, and Joker keeps a close eye on both these players. Barely alive, jumps forward, somehow surviving in terms of rotating here, but have to deal with SAUL.
You gotta hit it when the window messes with your aim. PLS1 now trying to get away. Can he? Yes, he can. Beautiful jump pad reposition by PLS1. And the sniper of the squad gets caught out by Della. AC80 perfection from Leon once again. Waking up in the competition to stay in contention for the early access into the grand finals. This is perfect from them. But Fluxo still alive and kicking, and they are catching up. Look at the monstrous run. 14 eliminations strong for Fluxo.
Hikui in trouble alone, somehow managing to get 2 players knocked down, but not able to secure those points. Bob somehow from far away also gone down to Hikui here, trying to find that final member left. A 2v1 in this corner, but the damage is too much to deal with. He heals up, and he's just waiting and biding for time as SAUL forced to reposition. He does break one and goes for more! Hikui, how are you doing this? Finally going down to Fluxo!
Hikui, you monster! Capped that valiant dash for the final moment and backstabbed them as they would try to run away, but MT7 is the biggest winner of that equation. And Fluxo looking to dominate. 2 Brazilian squads here. And it looks like Leon's going to be hopping on into play as well. What can they do? The LATAM squad up against 2 big Brazilian giants looking for the booyah. Jacon gets knocked down to the ground. Riptide Rhythm takes away his opportunity to be picked up. And MIBR Lost will shut down the opportunity for Leon to run away with this game. Fluxo on the other hand, alive and kicking up there with the high ground advantage. Joker versus MT7. This is going to be a good fight.
Yeah, trying to rush forward here. Joker has to be careful not to get eliminated. He is, after all, alone, but not able to find the angle.
Nice
Jumps forward.
That's the kind of patience play. Supremacy with the reposition. Now Leon staying alive for LATAM, but pushes in with the M590. Might be able to take him out of the equation a tad bit too early here. He jumps away from that high ground advantage now. Tagged up by the circle. This is just not the best situation for him. Barricades himself in. MIBR Lost spots his glue walls and looks for the annihilation. Grenade tossed behind the glue walls, and General taken out. Round 1 as well, and Fluxo cleans up house. and makes that comeback with a solid booyah.
The boogeyman is back, baby, and it's looking really good right now. Looks really clean. MT7 was the guy in the spotlight, keeping so many teams away, and every single team kept their head down when they heard the sounds of his shots.
The very first booyah here for Fluxo in the group stage. As I anticipated, the team flying under the radar, but if they make it into the top 4 whilst flying under the radar, you have they are a massive threat. I don't think Fluxo's trying. I think Fluxo's just chilling and they're still doing so well.
Yeah, just really taking their time, and it just felt so effortless seeing them play that map. But for the rest of the teams though, everyone had a labored map. Everyone that was consistently on that top 3 earlier now knocked down super early. You know, as the Straw Hats weren't very comfortable. Mia wasn't very comfortable. RRQ got knocked out early as well. And it is impressive to see this shift from so many of these teams as we go into this third map already.
Absolutely, and the teams that need to step it up, definitely your eyes are going to be on the teams who are looking for the early access into the grand finals. Twisted Minds, 3 games in a row, have gotten themselves twisted into a little bit of a confusion because they can't seem to find the big points. But one team that found big points, 33, the one and only Fluxo.
Yeah, they are so hyped, just so you can really hear them really bring in that energy for their games today. We talked about them not trying, but they are definitely excited to just really bring this up the ante and the heat.
I mean, even without trying, Fluxo currently is in the top 4. How about that? How insane is that? And then you've got Leon on the other side who are struggling, who are trying their very best not just to survive, but to find these elimination points, but they're still one step behind Brazil. This has always been the issue for the LATAM squads. Can they break that curse this time around at EWC 26? As Fluxo rises to the top again after struggling in the past 2 games. Bermuda and Solara gave them a total of 4 points in totality, but they obviously have made up for those weak showing with this third map at Kalahari.
Yeah, it's looking really good, and I think this is where, you know, not only are you going to be worried for the bottom teams, but also for the possibility of maintaining that top 2. Yesterday, it felt like Made in Brazil lost was just so comfortable, so far ahead of the teams, right? Currently now they're at, what, 168 points? Vitality and the rest of the squad have like, what, a 20-point deficit compared to the rest of them. But if this continues, we might see a shift in toward the finals.
This time, Straw Hats only managing to sneak away 4 points from this lobby. Miyakop, on the other hand, way too early of an exit. Sure, they wanted more, but eventually the momentum that they started the day off with dwindles down. Can they get that back up? That's going to be a big question. But MT7, you know, I asked a question, is he going to be able to show that he is a better sniper?
Things for sure that when you see this, you know, we talked about riding the height in the beginning of the Straw Hats for Mia. Yeah, it was the thing for map 1 and number 2. Through Fluxo is online, and my worry is that they're going to start dominating. They're going to start farming these eliminations. We saw that happen on day number 1. It was a change in pace from the usual style play, and now it's currently still going on all the way till now. And I think for many of these teams that want to be in this top 2, well, I think their hopes and dreams might just be dashed.
Well, at the end of the day, you're aiming for the top 4, and it's obviously not going to be an easy run. This is a slightly easier lobby compared to Group A, mainly because you've got many teams very capable of pulling away big numbers through eliminations there. Here, on the other hand, it's all about who can play the game of survival. We've seen Leon already, 3 games in a row. You got to respect the kind of hustle that they have on their side. After yesterday, it was a decent run today. It's so much better, so much more consistent coming through from the team, right? And now they have to battle against the one and only Fluxo. Twisted Minds, unfortunately for them, after running 3 games in without many points, they've been kicked out of the top 4.
Yeah, and I think that this shift is just, I think, something that everyone has been expecting as well. We talked a little bit, I think I talked to Lucifer earlier as well about what to expect from today. And they did say that we can expect anything. And after all, we also are expecting a bit of an area for us. So after this, we'll be back soon for more games.
We were there for Every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind, and we're here. Now, the proud founding partner of EWC, powering the biggest event in gaming, shoulder to shoulder with the world's best, making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion, reach your impossible.
He thinks he can come in here and play my game. He knows nothing but go!
Tyler won. You're done.
Games 3 ended, and this is our stage hit. I'm Yusul, and right next to me is Conchita. And of course, hey, let's talk about my team today. I am so proud of them. Did you guys see the Gui in that moment with his gun M9590? And then after that, even he's alone, but he still got his 2 eliminations.
Of course, we're gonna talk about your team. So let's not forget who gets the booyah. Hello, it's Fluxo's first ever booyah. I know it is a little bit unexpected to see them only getting the booyah on the second day. But then again, hey, it's Fluxo. They're in no rush, no desperation. They have that level of calm that finally show us what Fluxo really is made of. And MT7, I mean, that shot from high up, that was so amazing. And it shows the power that they truly have and why they are one of the strongest, biggest team from Brazil.
I agree. MT7 is one of the best sniper that Brazil has ever born. And of course, let's talk about our games. Only 3 games left too. And the last top 4 will go straight to the finals. Currently, we have Lost, Team Vitality, RRQ, and now Fluxo.
Yes, Fluxo has successfully taken over the 4th spot from Leon from the booyah that they just secured. And what is even more amazing is the fact that they collected 21 elimination points in just 1 game. Now this is what I want to see, because this is what was missing yesterday. Going against Lost, I do feel like there is some brotherly rivalry going on between these two. But boy, oh boy, I am so proud to see Fluxo claiming the throne and claiming the booyah finally today.
Well, finally today we can see Fluxo got the booyah, and I'm hoping for more because you can see the crowd. It's so crazy. I really love them. The energy here and the heat, it just keep making hot even though here is really cold, you know? And let's talk about our top 11 and top 12. What do you think about them?
I do think that seeing how the group is doing right now, I do agree that Group B somehow has it a little, just a little though, a little easier compared to the Group of Death, aka Group A. But hey, anything can still happen. We still have a couple of games left. And seeing how Fluxo is bouncing back, I don't think the top 4 that we have right now is truly secure. Don't you think?
I do, but not yet. Because we only have like 3 games and 3 games left to go. So I think this Group 4 still got some change to it. But I'm not sure because Lion is so crazy. You know, come on, Games King, he is on fire. Like a youth, a very young youth, a really young energy, come to the stage and destroy everything that is like cover his way up. Man, I'm totally his fan.
Yeah, actually we talked about this at the desk earlier because we do believe that Leon actually has some more power, something that they haven't really got the chance to show on this stage yet. And yes, speaking of Games King, we know how passionate he is and how great he is. But then again, I do remember one of his posts on social media. He was apologizing to the fans because he wasn't really giving his all, even though we know how hard it could be at the EWC, right?
Yes.
Again, it is the World Cup, so the tension, the pressure, it is obviously higher and it's so difficult for them. So yeah, I'm just waiting actually for Leon to making a comeback. I mean, if Fluxo can do it, I'm pretty sure that Leon can do it as well.
Well, we only have the left top 4 because in the Group A, we already have top 4 and this will be another top 4 and then 8 teams will go straight to the finals. don't let yourself step into the survival mode tomorrow because they're only gonna pick 4 teams out of 12.
Yeah, and honestly, it's just gonna be harder for the team because, hello, it's called survival stage for a reason. They're gonna have to survive, and it is not an easy task. But I'm still quite happy because, call me biased all you want, I am so glad that we have 2 Indonesian teams right now at the top 4. Can we talk about that for a second? We have Team Fatality. Sorry, I gotta say that one more time. Team Fatality, as Neptune would say, and RRQ. I mean, they are doing good. They are consistent, and yeah, I just can't wait to see the rest of the games today and who are advancing to the next stage.
Well, I'm happy for you. Guess I have to wait for my team. So Conchita?
Yes, I think it is it from now. But let's go back to the caster and see what do they have to talk about. Take it away, casters.
Okay, things are heating up right now.
Yeah.
I mean, after all, we are talking about the teams that are, I think, supported by both Conchita. We're also talking about teams that are supported by Yunsul as well as Lace as well. But the team that is currently on top, after all, is Fluxo. They are heating up. They're looking very aggressive. MT7 is starting to come online, and it is looking very terrifying.
Well, not on top just yet, but definitely getting there if MIBR does not wake up in a monstrous way, right? We did see them get to that final circle this time around, walk away with the 2nd spot, but just 4 eliminations to their name. Obviously, that's not going to be enough to protect your throne, but they've already put a phenomenal distance between themselves and the rest of the squads yesterday, so they do get a little bit of lag time here. But like I said at the start of our Group B, regardless of what MIBR loss does, I don't think they're going to get kicked out of the top 4, and that is something that truly deserves our respect because they pretty much earned their spot at the early access into the Grand Finals just off of one day's phenomenal run with the 3 Booyahs to their name. But of course, I am expecting some other teams to wake up.
Right.
We have been talking about Straw Hats, we have been talking about Meerkorp, and I have to say the amount of hustle that we have seen Straw Hats do in that 1st and 2nd game, I think they definitely deserve to survive. But it's not up to us. It's up to them, and it's up to the other teams who want to survive or not, right? Al Ahly, they knew that they were in a pressured situation. They needed to wake up in that 3rd game, but Kalahari brought them absolutely nothing. And yet, the team of Straw Hats could not take advantage of that. They got kicked out a tad bit too early, Valley, and eliminations.
Yeah, and I think in this situation, you could start to see what they were trying to go for. They wanted to try and go for eliminations. They want to move around the map and go for these fights. But somehow, sometimes, when you play in this situation, you have to be ready to be dealing with these high-risk situations.
Yeah.
And for them, that high-risk situation did not give them any rewards. But we still have another few maps to go, and it's still another 3 more chances for them to play catch-up. Between the bottom 3 teams right now, Meerkorp, Al Ahly Esports, Straw Hats, only, 2 points, 4 points between another. And in this situation, only between them 3, 2 will have to go home.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, it's savage to have your totem crushed out here within the group stage in itself, but that's exactly how lethal things are at the Esports World Cup. We are savage, baby. You gotta be good enough to step into not just our grand finals, but good enough to step into our survival stage. And the teams who do not step it up, they will be crushed. Not just their totems, but their dreams as well. At least they get a little bit of a longer holiday in Paris.
Yeah, for sure. And I think in this situation, right, I mean, for those that are not going on holiday, you know, you play another extra day, you have to go, you know, you have this stress to try and survive today, you have to survive again tomorrow to be able to go to that grand final. Regardless, the next map is now here. I am curious to see how things are going to go today. Are teams going to just change up things? Are they going to be able to just go very aggressive, just start to farm up those eliminations? Or are we going to be seeing a more passive approach for some of these teams as well? Because after all today, I mean, the interview just now we have Joel, they said that they are playing very dynamically based on how exactly the rotations and the circles go, and they don't want to just go aggressive the whole way.
I say wow because you have more words than what Joel gave in that interview. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy was barely giving us any answers, but you gotta love the fact that he was cool, calm, collected, he was confident. He was like, yeah, we're just doing what we always do. We're going out there, we're kicking some good butt. But this time, they'll have to watch out though, because if they don't start stepping it up, they might have their spot ripped away. Leon is way too close. Although they do have about a 20-point gap up at the top in that second spot, Vitality cannot let their guard down. We have got 3 more maps to go, and anything can happen in these 3 games. Leon's going to be dropping straight up into Brasilia, and this is going to be very close to the Indian squad. iQOO Total Gaming, they have to find a way to make sure they don't get caught up in terms of survival only, right? Because let's say in the final 3 games, Mia Corp, Al Ahly, Straw Hats, they wake up, iQOO Total Gaming is going to be on the chopping block.
Oh yeah, for real as well. Now coming into this, I like the fact that, you saw Korja get that first pick already, and he's going for a nice separated, I would say, play compared to the rest of his team here. Could just keep SAUL busy for the time being. And now Korja getting his 1 pick off already means that he's going to be able to just rendezvous with his teammate, or he could go to Brasilia, get a bit of a vantage point, an idea what's going on, wait out the initial fights, and then out third party.
Oh, the drums have started. The drums of liberation that woke up Fluxo in that game number 3.
Nice shot.
But iQOO Total Gaming, Riptide Rhythm, perfect combo for Mafia. The VSK will not find elimination, but Water follows it up with a P90. The knock from afar, Mafia taken down. Hax has got the VSS with the rate of fire and the damage to keep the numbers equal here. And it looks like Leon's not going to be stepping away from that battle. But Della, with a tiny mistake there with the ice grenade, puts himself out of the equation. Aztec gets knocked out by Joker. Joker holding the squad of Leon together. And he has to find some way to get out of this sticky situation alongside Hax.
Yeah, Hax should be able to get out of there, I think, fairly safely. TG doesn't look like they're going to be putting in that chase as we go toward Twisted Minds here. They have an idea toward where Mia is going to be. Dry Tech takes a lot of damage quickly and so far away before even the Bass was able to just really fully push forward there. That's 1 more point in the bag. But for the rest of the team here, they've already vacated the area. They want nothing to do this early fight.
Well, Twisted Minds want their top 4 spots back. But what's the odds that we get 3 Southeast Asian teams qualifying from Group B as well? I think that's too much. 2 is a lot already.
It is a lot. I agree with you. I mean, this is the Esports World Cup. We want to see some diversity and representation from so many different countries if we can. And Shanky already knocked down Ahly Esports here, showing a bit more aggression and a little bit more, I would say, proactivity, because Wota is going to be shot out of the sky. Takes a bit of chip damage, but able to get away with his life.
Al Ahly stepping it up as well. They understand exactly what's at stake here. The totems and their hopes being crushed. iQOO Total Gaming. Out of the pan into the fire potentially. Wota making sure he lets go off the zip line. It just hit that U-turn a tad bit here. Just moving on forth was just not going to have any bit of advantage for him whatsoever. Would have got it taken out of the equation there early. Mafia crawling around looking for more coins. Rigby will find RRQ's dudes. And the battle between MIBR Lost and RRQ breaking off right now. Vitality is going to find themselves a victim as well in Mia Corp. And Mia Corp getting crushed. Not just their players, but their hopes as well. They need to step it up. They need to pull those revives back in.
You really want to be able to do that as well. Vitality want to make up for their early exit in that previous map. And as we move over here, Noor out in the open, in trouble. There's only so much time before that glue wall goes down here. The Bass will be pressured, but it doesn't stop him from trying to reposition himself away. But he is, after all, the one being pressured and get kept away from that zone. Jump rushes forward here to Who. Somehow on the other end gets knocked down.
Straw Hats getting involved in this battle, but it's supposed to be between Twisted Minds and SHUL. We don't even spot out the players on the side of Straw Hats, but they're trading blows with Twisted Minds, and that pulls the attention of the Thai squad a tad bit too long. And SHUL